Welcome everyone to HFN. We're also known as HueFin News. Today is August the 18th, 2020. And for this particular video, we're going to do a price prediction forecast for Square. We only done one forecast on this particular platform, and that was about 2 years ago on November the 9th, 2018. So it's well overdue to go ahead and see whether or not this particular stock is still going to continue its momentum and see higher prices. Now, before I get into that, if this is your first time watching our videos and you guys see how simplistic our charts are, you guys can see how easy it is to explain and give you all a forecast and a prediction on where we're seeing the market trapper trying to take the value of these products, then hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. It's that simple, so you can be in the know and so that you can make your adjustments prior to any market move occurring in this space. Now, we definitely need to talk about Square, because when you guys can see a market not obeying the overall long-term trend, something is going on. And you guys can see we're looking at a weekly price chart right now in Square. And generally, the market in Square was in a very smooth uptrend. I mean, the market was following it precisely. And then we got a small jump back in 2018, and then we settled and nested nicely right between $60 all the way up there to $80. That was the consolidational range in the market for Square. Now, that trend that started all the way back in 2017 in Square, it is not valid at all. We're in a more rigid slope into the market in Square. It shows you how massive the market participation is coming into this particular product. Now, when you have a lot of supply, and I'm talking about money in the market, it has to go somewhere. And you can see the difference between this original long-term slope versus where we are at right now into the market in Square. Like, look at the difference between the trend in Square versus where we were. We're very aggressive in the market right now in Square, and this is not the only stock that is doing precisely the same thing. This slope is massive. It is very strong in Square. So we need to revise the price chart. The market is not following this other trend that started in 2017. So keep your charts clean. Let's get rid of it. We don't need it. This is the new focal area in the market in Square. Now, what's the probable cause, or what would be the probable reason to see this market shoot literally almost straight up? Money is chasing after assets. This is what's going on into the market right now. We have a over amount of supply of money, and people are trying to place it somewhere, and it's been coming into the technology sector in the stock market. Can this be sustained is the question. If the market in Square was still following the overall lesser slope, then yes, it could be maintained. But this aggressive slope here in the market for Square, it's going to be less and less likely for it to be maintained because it's so aggressive. Looking at Square on the monthly time frame, look at this. The monthly time frame is Square. This cannot be sustained. We've seen the market in Square on a monthly basis see prices continually close at the high. This will be the 5th consecutive month in Square that we've seen this literally the market go straight up, literally. And then you notice in the background, we have nowhere to gauge as to where it's going to be the stoppage, where it's going to be the restriction level. So when you see the market this aggressive shoot straight up and you have nowhere to gauge in the background as to where your next area of restriction can be, all I can tell you is to be cautious, because the market will completely drop without a minute's notice, and you'll be left holding the bad positions. This, if you was able to get in around March, April, you are definitely sitting on some fantastic gains in Square. So taking it back over to the daily time frame, there's some things that we need to talk about to see whether or not this can be continued. So we got our ascending line going on into the market in Square. So this is the trend. Okay. And where are we trading at now in relation to this trend? This particular day right here on earnings, August the 5th, 2020 in Square, the market saw an enormous amount of volume. The market was trading at all-time highs at that particular moment. We haven't seen this much volume in Square literally back here August the 2nd, 2019. So it's been a year of this particular market not seeing this much volume. It's been a whole year. Now at that particular time, the market in Square was trading around $70. This month it's trading around $150. So that's a major difference in Square. Now, what has occurred since then, since August the 5th, 2020? What has occurred? Did the market react to this amount of volume? And if so, was it a negative result or was it a positive one? Because I will show you that as the market in Square was trading after this amount of volume came through, the volume dwindled. So it tells me that the trap, he's not done with his aim to continue to push the value of Square higher, period, plain and simple. So just by that alone, and looking at the weekly and the monthly price charts in Square, this market is not showing us any weakness at all. But you still need to be cautious as to how high this market can go in Square. But we're going to continue to play some of this strength into the market in Square. $140 is going to be our support area. Okay. And obviously we'll have to take the TP out the market at the highs that came in on August the 5th, which is $158.43. So around that vicinity is where we will go ahead and TP the market in Square. But understandably, based off the trend still being in play, based off how the market trap did not follow the weakness that came through on August the 5th, gives us all indication and clues that the market is not weak in this particular product. So we're going to continue to play the strength in this product. It's that simple. Now, you need to tell me. I would definitely like to know, how high do you think Square is going to go? Or what is your forecast? Or what's your prediction as to this particular market? Do you see prices continue to go higher? Do you see prices crashing back here towards some normalcy in this space? Do you see that? If so, leave us your comment. This is our forecast. Now is your turn. Where do you think Square is going to go? This is how you're able to maintain profitability and get profits out the market. You have to be ahead of the game. Let us know. Make sure you maintain a profitability. I'll see you on the next one.